Coming up in this special episode of Down Under EV Adventures. Just how far could you drive an Atto 3 without the key? Is this BYD's biggest security flaw? Welcome back to Down Under EV Adventures for this special episode where we're going to see how far you can drive the Atto 3 without the key if the car is already on. So I wanted to see what would happen if, maybe somebody pulled you out the car and the car was still running. Could they drive the car away? Or if somebody had just stopped the car to get out for a minute and then somebody was able to sneak in, well, how far could they drive the car then if the car was still running? So we went out to our favourite stretch of road, deserted road, and did some tests. And I have to say the results were quite surprising and not what I expected. So join me and my lovely wife Iris as we test out what happened. So my lovely wife is here with her car to do this test. And here's my car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it. And then we'll pretend that somebody's hopped into the car with it on. Right, so you can see the car is all started here. So, let's put the seatbelt on. Now it says no key connected. Please confirm if the key is in the car. So, I might not be able to get very far at all. So we can see something's come up on the dash already. No key detected. Let's have a look and see. So this is our favourite bit of deserted road where there's not very much traffic at all, and the key sign has gone. The key sign is not there anymore. There's plenty of power. Everything is fine. I'll just put see if I can put the cruise control on. Right, the cruise control is on. So far the thief has managed to get... Oh, I didn't reset that trip meter, so I'll reset it now. I reckon I've gone about 1 kilometre already. And, well. I've well and truly left my wife in the dust. The car is still going without a key. So, I don't know about that. Yeah. Looks like somebody could steal your car and at least get, well, I reckon we're at least 1.5 kilometres now. Let's go a bit faster and see if anything happens. So everything appears to be functioning with the car. There was just that warning initially. This is amazing. I was not expecting this at all. I really thought that something would happen by now. Okay, so we're well over 2 kilometres now. What do you think, Zoe? So I have to say, so far the security is a big fail. If your car is already started, then I'm just going to pull over. Over. I'll stop the recording. I'll just call my wife, make sure she's definitely where she is. Okay, so I called my wife. She's definitely still in the same spot with my key. I definitely don't have my NFC card in the car either. That's at home. And my spare key, my wife has that as well. So I've definitely got no key on me. I'm just going to see if it needs to be line of sight. So I've driven a few more kilometres here and I've gone around a bend and up a hill, and I have to say at this stage it looks like somebody could steal your car. If it was already started and you got out of the car for a minute, somebody could hop in the car and drive it. I have to say I'm shocked. I really thought I wouldn't get more than, a couple of 100 metres. With my Subaru, I accidentally left the house once without my key. So I drove about maybe 100 metres and I'd left the key sort of next to the driveway or something, and I reversed out and I didn't have it on me, and that car definitely conked out. But it looks like the Atto at this stage, it doesn't look like it's going to stop. Now I reckon if I pulled over and turned the engine off, I wouldn't be able to start it. But I've well and truly done probably 7 kilometers now, and there's absolutely no issue with the car. So what I'll do is I'll just go a couple more kilometers, and when I've reached about 10, then I guess I'm going to turn around, and I would say that that's a bit of a fail with the security with the Atto. I mean, it either it's a security feature or it's not. It's either a proximity key that needs to run the motor, or it doesn't. And it looks like if the car's already started, that's all you need. Now I've just realised that the mobile signal is not the best here, so I'm a little bit reluctant to go too much further. I'm about 7.5 kilometres plus about 1, so I'm probably about 8.5 kilometres since I was talking to my wife there, so I think I better turn around and head back, otherwise I'm going to have to walk just to get a mobile signal if something does happen, even though I'm fairly confident that this is not really the best thing for the Atto, the best security. So I got 7.7 kilometers roughly, which is about 8.7 kilometers from where my wife is, and the car appears perfectly fine. Apart from that warning which briefly came up there on the binnacle, everything is fine with the car. The cruise control works, there's enough power, everything works. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the car. Alright, so we're at the fire break, which is maybe 10 k's out of town, and my wife's going to drive up here, and then we're going to take Zoe for a walk, and then afterwards we're going to repeat the test, but this time we'll use Iris's car. So we'll see if her car has the same issues in that, you know, that somebody could just hop into it and drive away, or if we'll see if it's just my car. Just before I go for a walk, I'll try to restart the car now that it's turned off. I don't think it will work. And no, it doesn't work. So once the car's been switched off, it says no key detected. Please start the vehicle after pulling the key close to the RF reader. Right, so at least, well, I wouldn't say at least, because if somebody steals the car, well, you don't know if they're going to turn it off. They may well just leave the car on. They may not even know how to turn it off. So yeah, I don't know where that all leaves us, but it definitely won't start if you don't have the key. So we're going to repeat the test. My wife is going to get in the car and start it. So I'm just going to stand here, and it should be close enough for her to start the car. Let's see if it'll work.
Yep.
Right, so the car is on, and I'm going to move away, and she's... You want to reset the trip meter or anything? Not that it really matters. Alright, anyway, she's going to turn around and start driving. Alright, so there she goes off into the sunset. And we'll see if her car does the same as what mine does. Alright, I'm going to get in my car now. She's going to drive as far as the roundabout, just as you get into town. And we'll see if this is a real flaw with the BYD Atto 3. So my wife just called me, and she said she's good 10 kilometers from here, and she's still going. She said she's going to try to drive home carefully. I asked her if she wanted the key, and she said no, she thinks that you would just be able to drive. So if that's the case and my wife can drive home, well, that's a good 15-20 kilometers. So if she can really do that, that is an obvious security flaw for the Atto 3. That pretty much means that if your car's running and somebody overpowers you and gets in the car, or you hop out of the car for a minute, you know, to check the mailbox or something, somebody could just jump in, pretty much take your car, and you know, as long as it's got power and battery, they could just pretty much drive it where they want. So anyway, we'll see if she can get home. That will be the next thing.
I just drove at least 15 kilometers without any key or card all the way home, which I'm not impressed. Anyone could have taken my car and driven away with it.
Can you believe that? The car is still going.
I just want to turn it off and start it again.
Okay, so we'll totally repeat everything. I'm going to stand well away. So, not exactly great news if you're an Atto owner. I will try and dig into the menus to see if there's any security settings, but I suspect there isn't any, and that's pretty disappointing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Maybe I should contact BYD, let them know. So at this point I send a message to the sales guy who sold me the car. He's usually pretty good, and we'll wait to hear what he has to say about this. It's on, and I'm just seeing if there's anything on the app that I can do. I mean, I can lock the car. So it's coming up that the doors are closed but not locked. It's the only thing that's coming up, showing up as abnormal. Now, as far as I can see, the only other thing you could do was put the air conditioning on. So I've gone back out to my car. It's definitely locked, but like I said, I really think that someone could easily unlock it. So, and the aircon's on. So you could blast the thief with cold air. Would that help? I'm not sure. Alright, now I did delve into the settings as well, and I could find nothing at all in the settings, so I just spent 10 minutes going through the settings. There's nothing there that I can see. I can't see why there would be. It's obviously a big flaw. I have emailed someone from BYD and I'm waiting to hear a response. If I hear something back from them in the next few days, I'll tack that on to the end of this video. So it's been 4 days since I messaged the guy that I know at BYD, and I still haven't heard a reply, which I guess is not really that great either. So I'd be really interested to know if anyone out there has had experience with this, or if they know anything that I'm not doing. Maybe there's just something totally obvious and this episode was just me being silly. I don't know. What do you think out there? Let me know in the comments. I'd be really curious to know. So both my wife and I, clearly somebody could just, get into the car if the car was running. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Look forward to hearing what you think. Okay, take care and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.